Today on the Vantage, we will be talking about the best coffee in Camrose, but first, a quick look at what is going on campus.
Shari Noreen will be in the bookstore Monday after 3 p.m. to talk about her book, Oil Change, at Rat's Garage. There's a flu shot clinic in the Faith and Life Center Tuesday from 11:30 till 2:30. Everyone go in, get your flu shot, do your part. The Augustana Outdoors Club is going to be having its solo boat, canoe, and kayak roll clinic Sunday the 26th in the Camrose pool. The cost is $30. Talk to Neil Sassfelt if you're interested.
So there will be a fall convocation on November 22nd at 10 a.m. How to give a killer poster presentation at 6:30 in L2-102 on November 23rd. Go to aug.ualberta.ca/workshops to sign up. Win a pair of snowshoes with the Great Augustana Library Snowshoe Chase deadline being on Friday the 24th. And finally, the Augustana drama production, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, is playing from November 23rd to 26th. Tickets are $10.50 for students, $21 for you unfortunate adults out there who are not Augustana students. It will be hosted in the Lougheed Center.
The annual choir concerts for the Augustana Choir Monscorn Sangcor will be on the 9th and the 10th of December. It is $15 for students and seniors and children, and $20 for others. Find choirists to get your tickets in advance or purchase them at the door, but we have sold out many times. The community band is going to be playing their Christmas concert at the CRE Friday, November 24th at 8 p.m. This is a part of the Festival of the Trees. And funding deadlines for your clubs is Friday, so get out, get your funding. They never use all the money we have, so please apply for funding. Use that money you're all paying.
That cash.
And if we missed anything, please contact us at contact@augmedium.ca. I'm Kai Johnson.
I'm Farsha LaBaff.
And this is The Vantage.
Yeah. Alright, so basically, our topic of discussion today is what is the best coffee in Camrose. So me and Kai actually went to 9 different coffee locations in Camrose.
Yeah.
And we tried them all. We based our scoring system on determining what is the best coffee experience in Camrose based on quality, convenience, which is like proximity to the school, price, and the experience in of itself. Like, how do we really feel when we enter the coffee shop? So let's start off with Fiona's, I'd say. What did you think of Fiona's, guys?
Fiona's was amazing. Okay, I'm gonna leave their coffee till the end.
Okay.
They're fairly close to the school because they're right on Main Street, which is not that far off. It's pretty convenient. It's pretty nice to get to. Their price, it's a little higher than some other places, but it's not terrible. And their coffee shop, it's quite nice inside, but it's just kind of this narrow hallway, and there's not a whole lot of space to get around and kind of sit. So the experience is not quite what some of the other places are, but the coffee, which is kind of like the key point, is so good. like I tried their Highland Grog one, and I had a big cup of their like medium roast.
Right.
It's so good. It's like I gave 2 5s.
2 5s. Wow.
On my whole list, I gave 2 5 out of 5s for coffee. Fiona's
Right.
was one of them because it was just like steps above everything else. It was so good.
Okay, so I didn't try your coffee, which was the medium roast.
The medium roast was like a Mexican blend.
The Mexican blend. All right, so I did have the medium roast as well, but I didn't have the Mexican roast. I had the Charlie Brown.
Okay.
Now the Charlie Brown is like, this is the first time I've had this. This is like basically a coffee that is like with a peanut butter base.
Yeah, how do you do that? I don't actually get how they get
I didn't get that either. I was like,
flavors
wait,
in.
you're adding peanut butter to coffee. I've heard of it, but I never really thought it'd be a great combination. But when I had it, I was like, I was really surprised. I was like, wow, this is really, really good.
Yeah.
I agree with you in terms of like the experience. I think it's a little condensed in there.
Yeah.
It feels like you're kind of like crammed in a little bit.
Like, what can you do? You got the space you got. But
there's a sense of community, I felt.
Yeah.
Like you have your regulars. You got the coffee barista guy who everybody knows and has a conversation with. And there's university students there who study. It's nice. It's a charming, quirky feel whenever you go in. So
exactly.
I overall a very positive experience with Fiona.
I can't talk enough about the coffee. It was so phenomenal.
It was really good.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about 1908.
So I gotta admit, I did not go to 1908. So we're
dropped
gonna have
the
to
ball.
base it off of your assessment of that place.
Well, 1908, I really like it. It's in that giant white building on Main Street, which like looks super good, and the whole like coffee shop experience, I rate it really high with that because it's just kind of got this like French cafe kind of feel, and it's nice and open and kind of calm, and it's really nice. The price is not terrible. It's pretty average overall. And it's pretty close to school. Like it's not that inconvenient to go to. If you're going out to get coffee, it's one of the closer ones, and the wait time's not as bad as a lot of other places. Their coffee, it comes from Ace Roasters in Edmonton, and it's decent. It's just not that great is my only problem. Everything else about it, and of course we were doing just straight, trying for their kind of most generic black coffee at all these places, and so I can't speak to their espresso drinks, but they're just drip coffee.
Honestly, maybe their espresso drinks, they may be known better for that, because it's you say like a French cafe feel, right?
Yeah.
So I think like when you talk about that European vibe, espressos are much more probably much more
and something
really higher quality than their black bean coffees. So
something I'm really excited about. 1908 is starting doing a lot of ice cream, and they are having affogatos, which is espresso over ice cream. Phenomenal. I haven't tried theirs, but that drink meal thing in general is amazing. So I'm excited about that.
I'd be excited too.
Definitely have that.
The next location. Do you want to leave this for later, or do you want to leave this for? Do you want to just go straight to Starbucks first?
Oh, let's do Starbucks.
Let's do Starbucks.
Okay.
All right.
Starbucks.
So I'm gonna give off a little bit of a bias here. So I actually worked at Starbucks originally. I was a barista for like 6 months, and proximity-wise, of course, it's not the most feasible location for an Augustana student that doesn't have a car or anything. So it's not really the best.
Yeah.
The pricing's not that phenomenal either. But I'm not gonna lie, their coffee is
terrible.
I was gonna say average. Oh. Like there is like good blends and there's bad blends. Yeah. We decided like we're gonna go for medium roast.
Yeah, and the Pike place is just
It's a meh. It's a mess. It's a big meh.
It's not like, considering you pay more for it, it's not something I'd ever go for, because I don't really want to pay more.
It's like $3 for a grande pike, which is basically, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Something like that. $2.78 for a grande pike, and it's an okay.
And that's before tax.
Blend. It's an okay blend, but it's not the greatest.
No.
But however, the one thing I gave a 5 on, especially during the winter time.
Oh, you gave him a 5.
Because I gave him a 5 for experience. The reason I gave him a 5 for experience is because right now, when it's nearing the Christmas season, right?
Yeah.
We're in the Christmas season. And honestly, if I were to, let's say, I don't know, go on a date with a girl or something, and you go and you want to take her to like a coffee place, Starbucks is honestly not a bad place to go. because it has that Christmassy feel. You feel like you're in a 2000s rom-com movie. You know, you get that vibe, right?
I get
and
what
the
you're
staff
saying.
is actually like really in the spirit of Christmas, which is like, oh wow, this is nice. But summertime, I would not really recommend it because it's a little warm.
Everything about
everything
it
is
the
just
colors
warm.
are warm. I gave it a 3 on experience.
Yeah.
But I might be a little biased against Starbucks because I just don't really like them that much. It's nice. It's a good place to go sit down and study or go on a date. And I actually really like in a lot of Starbucks is they've got the big wall that's a big mirror. And I really actually like that because it makes the whole place feel a lot bigger. You don't feel so cramped in and like shoved into this tiny little coffee shop that it actually is. But yeah, no, their coffee is just poor enough in my mind that it's just not ever worth going out of your way for or spending that much money on.
All right, do you want to be charged with treason now? Because we're going to be talking about Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
We're going to be charged with treason. We're going to get kicked out of Canada, both of us.
Probably.
Because none of us were very impressed with Tim Hortons coffee.
Tim Hortons by far and away, well, not by far and away, but scored definitely the lowest overall on my rankings. I gave it like pretty well ones across the board except for price. It's cheaper. It is. It's like $1.90 for, we went based on like 16 ounce cups, and it's like $1.90 for a 16 ounce cup. So that's not bad.
No.
But it's, okay, especially the Camrose Tim Hortons.
It
Convenience is terrible.
Yeah.
I have never seen less than a 5-car line. I go there at midnight to get coffee, and there's a 5-car line in that drive-thru. It's terrible. And then it's set up poorly, it sucks, and it's far away from campus, and you're always waiting, and it's a terrible experience.
I just think it's like only a Camrose Starbucks thing. Because I went to a Starbucks, sorry, it's Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons. I went to a Tim Hortons in Canmore recently.
Yeah.
Nicest Tim Hortons I've ever seen. Just so, like, just wonderful. They have like a fireplace. It was just really great experience, and their coffee was actually not bad compared to here. Now
Camrose Tim Hortons.
Maybe it's just Camrose Tim Hortons that's just completely bad because I have like a lot of issues with Tim's. From their cups where you have to rip open the lid
And it never
really rips straight. It's always a mess. You're spilling coffee on yourself,
and it doesn't work well.
It's super. I don't know what they do, but they make it super super hot compared to like the other coffees in Canada.
Them and McDonald's both make it super hot.
Yeah, and it's like why?
I can't drink this.
This is
for
like
20 minutes.
you're burning my tongue here, man. And I'd say like in terms of like pricing, it's pretty well done, pretty well priced. I was a little bit more generous with regards to experience. I gave it like not that generous, like a 2, but I basically said like, you know, when you go inside Starbucks, it's actually a much more Tim Hortons-y feel. It's like the Tim Hortons you went to as a kid with your granddad or something.
Yeah,
you know,
that's fair, and it does have the nice little fireplaces and everything. But I just find like the service is never really good enough, and I don't ever want to be in a Tim Hortons.
Right.
I want to go to a Tim Hortons and then leave. You know? That's why I give it the low experience. Now, let's get on to the one that's going to get us kicked out of the country. The quality of the coffee at Tim Hortons.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. I don't know how they get it. Okay, because you talk about beer, and you talk about a beer that tastes like the can it's in. Tim Hortons coffee tastes like the paper cup it's in.
Yeah, it's true.
Cardboard. It's not even. I don't even know if there's actually caffeine in it. It tastes just terrible. I can't drink it. The only way I can stomach to drink Tim Hortons coffee is to get them to add 2 shots of espresso to it, so it's of the strength of a normal cup of coffee. Like, it's so bad. I don't get why people go there every day for their Tim Hortons.
I just think it's like almost like a patriotic thing.
Yeah.
I truly think it's almost like a patriotic thing because otherwise, like, if there was another coffee shop that sold the same type of coffee as Tim Hortons, would it be as popular, or do people in Canada just prefer really terrible coffee. So we're gonna be asking people for for you guys to send us emails with regards to all of this, so we get your opinions regarding what the best coffee in Camrose is, and also if you want to bash us for our opinions, go ahead. We would love to hear that.
If you want to say we're on
really
Canadian
love
for
to hear
hating
that.
Tims, just email us at contact@augmedium.ca, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Contact@augmedium.ca.
That is AUG
to yell at us
medium.ca.
hating Tim Hortons, because it's just the worst.
Haters are gonna hate us, especially if we're bashing Tim Hortons.
I don't think anyone actually likes
I don't think anyone
Tim
cares.
Hortons. I think Tim Hortons
They have a
is
loyal fan base.
epitomized by the fact that they advertise their double. Because once you add cream and sugar to a coffee, it's not coffee anymore. It's a cream and sugar drink. And Tim Hortons coffee is probably fine for that. But they advertise their doubles because they know if anyone tries their black coffee,
I think their
they'll go,
doubles are actually good. But then again, it's like maybe it's just their cream and sugar that's just that makes their coffee good.
Anyway, let's move on to the one where I dropped the ball.
Okay.
Because
Sacred Arts.
Called the same thing. Sacred Arts.
Okay, Sacred Arts was actually my second favorite coffee shop in Canada, because one, it's not in terms of proximity, it's actually fairly close. It's on Main Street, in terms of the experience, you will not have a more authentic experience at a coffee shop like anywhere else, because this coffee shop is not just a coffee shop, it's a yoga studio.
Oh,
it's a yoga studio.
Interesting.
And and the thing is, you feel like you're more spiritual. I'm not joking you. I am not joking you. When you enter Sacred Arts, there's serene, spiritual, yoga-esque music playing in the back, in the background, and you enter and there's I don't know, it feels like I'm basically in a state of zen.
Yeah.
And it's just in itself a very interesting experience, and it's relaxing. You feel just relaxed. It's an awesome place to go study, go on a date, and everything. With regards to the coffee, I really like the quality of their coffee. I gave it about I may have been a little harsh on the scoring, but I'd say between a 3 and a 4. So it's not the best coffee that I've ever had, but it is good coffee. It's not. It's good. It's a little bit pricey though. Everything in Sacred Arts is pricey. That's the only unfortunate part. And if you like meat, I am sorry, sir. That is a completely vegan restaurant. It is everything is vegan.
No meat and coffee anyway.
No meat, coffee. No meat. Just salad. That's all they serve is salad and vegan cookies. So
cool.
It's really good.
Let's move on. McDonald's.
Surprises. True surprises.
McDonald's coffee. Let's start with the good.
Yeah.
McDonald's coffee is good.
It's really good.
It's quite good coffee.
Yeah.
For what it is. And the price point is good. They're cheaper than average.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of McDonald's coffee. It's not. And you're going there expecting just a pretty normal coffee, and that's exactly what you get. It's not like the Highland Grog at Fiona's or whatever, or some fancy thing. It's just normal coffee, and it's good for that. It's not super convenient to school, and there's usually a line, which is kind of annoying.
That's not the best experience either.
It's a terrible experience.
It's the experience of McDonald's, isn't it? No one has ever gone to McDonald's wow, that was a really great experience. That restaurant really spoke to my desire for, a great time. It was. No one says that.
No,
it's damn McDonald's.
It's McDonald's. No one wants that. Okay. Now,
we will move on to
goat. Let's do goat now.
Are you sure?
I want to say 7-Eleven. No, I want to say.
I really want to do 7. I have a beef with 7-Eleven.
I know. That's why we're doing goat now.
Why are we doing goat now? I want to.
So we can have all the good before we get into tearing somewhere down. Goat is amazing. Okay, Goat.
Yes.
New coffee shop on the east side. If you don't know about it,
38th Avenue. Don't miss it.
You kind of have to turn in way before it. But it's this tiny little wood shack.
Yeah.
And it's adorable. I love it's
It's the
kind of
cutest
whole
thing ever,
atmosphere.
man. It is
I give it a
honestly the
5 for
cutest
experience.
thing ever.
And like the staff are all great, and a lot of them are university students and are kind of members of the community, and they're all awesome, great people. So like experience, 5 out of 5.
Oh, it is like not even a question. For me, it was like a 5. Coffee quality, 5.
5,
Proximity, I give it a 4. I mean, people can walk. It's Augustana. There's like, you know, somewhat people are probably willing to make the walk for it. There was one thing I gave it like the lowest score I think I gave it was like a 3 for convenience and proximity. That's
crazy.
but I gave it like a really high mark. I loved it. I had it yesterday for the first time. The staff there is like they're the nicest people.
Exactly.
They're the nicest people ever.
They use Kick and Horse coffee, which kind of everyone knows. It's good coffee. You just go in, get whatever you're getting, chat with the staff, head out. It's awesome. Price is average.
Yeah,
Like,
it's actually not bad in price either.
not.
I
It's
pay
the
for
same
it.
as like Monica.
Yeah, it's like Monica's price.
everything. Yeah. No,
So-
I'm a fan of Go.
I'm
They're
yeah,
awesome. I would go there.
For
every
me,
day.
I think it's it's personally my favorite, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Next up,
Okay, let's hit 7-Eleven.
wow, the steep decline
So we go from this amazing experience
to the shittiest experience that could possibly happen.
Let's first talk about experience. There's something I love about the experience of going to 7-Eleven. You get to walk by this alley where you're pretty sure there's either drugs being sold or a person being murdered. Yeah. And then you walk in, and the floor is just like a puddle, and everything is strewn across shelves, and they for some reason have all like the server people on a platform above you, so you're like looking up to these people who you should not be looking up to in anything. And it's quite an experience. I give it a 1, but it's an experience you should have. The
Just to
coffee,
thicken your skin. It's like boot camp. You gotta go to a 7-Eleven to like harden your heart a little bit. Like, oh wow, there is like there is a bad side to humanity.
Exactly. Nailed it on the head right there.
Yeah.
Now the coffee. The coffee is not great.
It's not that great.
It's not that great.
Pretty
it
cheap.
kind of explains the price point.
Yeah.
It's the cheapest coffee in Camrose. I'm actually kind of confused as to how they can sell it for so cheap, because I'm pretty sure it's cheaper than the dirt they made it out of.
Oh.
Like,
It's
it's like $1.37 for 16-ounce cup.
Yeah.
So you know what? It scores high on the cheap, and it's really close to campus. So
Yeah.
if you want to go,
If you're really okay, the only honestly, I'm having 7-Eleven coffee right now. I had it before we started shooting this, and honestly, I'm being extremely generous here. I'm saying it's not the worst coffee I've ever had, but it's definitely not even close to being good. It is basically hot water with like food coloring that make it look like coffee. That's what it tastes like. It's just hot water with food coloring. And they just fermented with this old grounds from your grandma's freaking coffee pot or something. It's just to make it smell and look like coffee. But you don't feel like it's coffee,
Exactly.
It just feels like hot water. So
if you're really needing coffee that bad and you need it that close to campus,
and you're on a real tight budget.
no, I would just recommend go to our next place, Monica's Cafe,
Yeah.
which is right in the forum. That is the biggest selling point on the cafe.
Yeah.
It's right there. I gave it 2 5s actually. I gave it a 5 for convenience because you literally can't beat it. It's right on campus, right in the middle of the forum. And I gave it a 5 for experience because, like Terrence.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm probably a little biased. Many of you might know I work there quite frequently. And so maybe I'm a little biased, but the experience is amazing. So I love going to Monica's to hang out with Terrence. I often won't buy anything because
Yeah.
Like
you
the
work
coffee's
there.
not.
I go buy stuff from there all the time. Like I'm on I always talk to Terrence. You know, honestly, Terrence is honestly the peak experience.
Terrence is the Augustana.
Terrence is the Augustana experience.
It's undebatable.
Yeah, he's the Augustana advantage of Monica's Cafe. You know, it's really awesome. And I'd say like the quality of Monica's coffee is actually pretty good.
It's
I
not
like
terrible.
it.
It's all
not
fair
it's not
trade.
bad. It's all fair trade, and it's
USDA certified organic. Like, it's good. It's pretty good
I
coffee.
really like it.
It's
I
really
really
close
like
to
it.
campus, and it's kind of your average price point too. Like, I know all the prices went up this year, but it's still cheaper than a lot of places in Camrose.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Like if I had to, I don't go to Starbucks, you know, every day because I don't want to break bank.
Exactly.
Right? So
It's way too expensive.
Monica's is like where to go if you want like good coffee at a decent quality. It's like close to campus, and you know.
Yeah. Well, it's like
you want to burn your wallet.
if you're on campus, and you're going to class or whatever, it's kind of like really your only option. You go to Monica's because it's good coffee, it's right nearby, and it's not that darn expensive. So
Yeah.
you know
It's
what?
like the Augustana brand of coffee, man. Like enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
So overall, my favorite coffee in Camrose I'm gonna say is Goat. That's where I'm gonna say is my favorite coffee. But I'm gonna add the stipulation that I'll go to Monica's 5 times more often than I'll go to Goat.
Yeah.
Just because it's right there. And it's kind of a trump card, the convenience factor. So
That's true.
that's my settlement. Best coffee.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, we're not that different because my favorite was also Goat. I
Yep.
thought it was the experience was something I've never had before. It is truly an authentic place to go, and it's I really loved it.
Yep.
Then again, you're right. I probably would also end up in Monica's more likely than other places. But you know, I tend to visit Tim's for some reason.
Yeah.
More than often.
It's almost like a habit built into Canadians.
It's a habit.
Anyway,
But-
that's about all the time we've got for this. So please send us emails. Let us know your opinion on these kind of things. Let us know what you'd like us to talk about. We want questions from you. We're going to try and run this pretty based off of what you guys want to hear. So shoot us emails. Tell us if we need to add things if you've got a club that we didn't talk about and you got events coming up. Let us know. We are all ears for ideas and anything you can think of for that. So please shoot us an email. We're going to be trying to release these every Monday morning, ideally. We might be late. You know, we're human.
Yeah, whatever. We're students.
But yeah, we're going to try and have all the information we can have out Monday mornings for you. So that's our plan. Please
That's our
help
shtick,
support
yeah.
us with all this. We are just kind of getting started here.
Buy us free coffee.
Bias free.
Yeah,
Not
nice.
biased at all.
That'd be nice. Yeah, do that.
Bias free.
I like that.
Yep.
So, with that, we would like to thank you all for listening in.
Yeah.
This has been the Augustana Vantage. Peace out.